Gone are the days when we had to stand in queues for booking parts of flight tickets or even hotel rooms of our choice. With the rise in online booking websites, it has not only become convenient for customers to book tickets but also get great discounts on them. However, many companies have entered this space but failed to capitalize and survive in such a cutthroat competition. But it was one company which never gave up heads, it nerves and grew steadily to eventually become the leader in online ticket booking segments. Well, the company we are talking about today is none other than Make My Trip, and this is the success story of Deep Kalra. The founder and CEO of Make My Trip was born in Hyderabad, the Vendors and Stevens College, Delhi in 1987. To pursue bachelor's in economics from Mary went to IIM Ahmedabad for an MBA degree. After completing his MBA, he took up a banking job at ABN AMRO Bank and was really excited about his first job. But just after 3 years, a sense of incompleteness hit him, and he decided that banking was not something he wanted to do for the rest of his life, and soon he quit ABN. He took a break from about an year to figure out that what to do next. Later in 1995, Deep got a lot of high-paying jobs offering, but he took a huge risk and joined AMF Bowling, an American company that was hoping to enter Indian market to set up Bowling Allies. However, at that time, hardly any of them back in India were interested to invest in a bowling ally. But Deep put in his blood and sweat visiting places and trying to set a bowling ally. But the competition was just too high as they were putting against big brands like McDonald's, which was making things even more difficult in terms of returns on real estate. In spite of that, the plan is to open about 200 lanes and most of them were in small centers. They planned the business for 4 years and later decided to quit. Deep said that it was a great entrepreneurial experience for him, but an equal big financial disaster. Later, he took up a job at JE Capital to head business development. The year was 1999, and if someone was looking to open new avenues, the internet was the obvious answer. And so, Deep met almost all the top players in the Indian internet space, and held JE grew via internet. Later, after working for near an year with Jay, with some money saved in his bank, he began to get the entrepreneurial issues. Yet again, likewise, he decided to quit Jay Capital. Now, Deep was amazed by the power of internet and knew how hard it was to travel in India. But entering travel segment was not that easy. Not only because of need to provide a hassle-free experience but a clearly throughout decision. Back in that time, e-commerce was still very alive. That time e-commerce was still very alien subject and travel looked like the right choice to offer. Mixing the idea with the proper business model, Make My Trip was born in the year 2000. For Indians, the venture was too ahead of time, as people were reluctant to using their credit cards online and did not trust non-established brands. And the industry expert believe that Deep and Make My Trip was successful in braving 5 others after the dot-com boom. The VCs refused the $10 lakh funding commitments. The times were really bad. And back then, Deep was 31 years old with a wife and with a baby. At that time, when starting a dot-com website was insane and downright suicidal, but Deep and 2 senior managers brought back their equity in the business and had to reduce their employee strength by literally half. What was even worse was that he, along with his partners, had to let go of their salaries and decided to work without it for the next 18 months. Taking some thoughtful strength yet intelligent decision, Make My Trip turned out to be one of those few companies who managed to survive the dot-com tsunami. And as time passed, the situation got better and their decision turned out to be fruitful. As well as their business now had begun to pick up and was reaching a decent customer base. Well, that wasn't it. IRCTC launched their first online business model which enabled the Indian traveler to purchase railway tickets on the internet. This model of IRCTC was well accepted by the Indian masses and turned out to be, as you say, additionally, low-cost carrier had also recently entered the Indian aviation space. Well, these change of events opened a whole new level of opportunities for the travel market in India. It was now time to make my trip to broaden their portfolio. And although this venture was ahead of its time for Indian market, they took a risk anyways. At the first, apart from flight tickets, Make My Trip began by offering holiday packages and hotel booking, which was followed by IRCTC bookings too. This move not only increased their presence in railway ticket booking but also gave much desired boost. Indian market was looking for, and in a matter of no time the company started making really good amount of money. The demand was so high that 1 out of every 12 domestic flights in India were booked to Make My Trip. Within a year, the company had acquired 2 lakh happy customers. As a matter of fact, when Bullet was in recession in 2008, the company was crossing their 1,000 crore valuation. In the same year, the company has also recorded profits worth $5 million, but gross revenue being approximately $500 million. Well, soon the company brought about a lot of addition to their existing model. Be it launching their multi-city flight booking services, adding chauffeur-driving online cab rental services, or creating several travel-related apps for all types of mobile devices. They made sure to leave no table under. The biggest news that came to light was their listing on Nasdaq in August 2010. There is also bridged a gap between the foreign investors and Indian business, thus opening doors for a pool of foreign investment in India. In the IT sector, additionally, there is also boosted the confidence of young entrepreneurs in India, which gave rise to a lot of startups in the future. Well, since then, Make My Trip has mainly focused on expansion and upping the revenue, which is being done through various mediums such as unique marketing strategies, product development, among others, that we have heard many a time, that real business take a lifetime to boost. And Deep's journey justified this statement very clearly. Ahead of his time or zone, he was glad that he took the risk. When he did complete devotion for more than a decade and a razor sharp focus, as what has done taken from Make My Trip to reach this stage and scaled at a level so the company pays this share of problem. They also managed to rise out it bravely and use these hurdles to expand their reach far beyond their imagination.
So this was it for today's video. I hope the video was fruitful enough. If you have liked this video, do hit the like button, and if you want to know more about us, do visit our website called startuplanes.com. Also, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook. All the important links are given in the description box. Thank you so much.